set and what have you. So I'll move now to agenda item number 2, which is a presentation from MRP, Mighty River Power, and we have Gavin Williamson, first up, who's the Hydro Generation Manager for Mighty River Power. Welcome, Gavin. And we have Leroy Leach, Generation Services Manager. So welcome to you as well, Leroy. So if you need any hand to set up there, just say the word.
Thank you, Mayor Rick. Council, while Leroy is setting up, I'll just, just to introduce the team. If those of you who are not have not met, Leroy Leach is our Generation Services Manager based in Hamilton, and Natalie Haynes is one of our environmental analysts based here in Taupo.
Welcome to you as well, Natalie. I apologise for missing you out.
So, look, firstly, I guess, really appreciate the opportunity to come and present today. Understand that this is the first time that Mighty River has presented on some of these issues to this council, and so that for us is a great opportunity, and really appreciate your time. So we see this as a very important and complex local issue that does need some proper and active consideration, and we have been and continue to be supportive of the solutions. And I guess that's the point we're going to try and make today, is that we really do want to look forward in this process. So look, what I'm going to do is to hand it over to Leroy to walk through the slides that we have, and then at the end I'll sum up with a few final comments. Leroy.
Yeah, thanks, Gavin, and again, thank you, Council, for making the time available to present to you. To my knowledge, this is the first time.
Excuse me a minute, Leroy. Do you obviously got some slides to go through? Do you have hard copies that the councillors can have? They like to make notes on?
Yep.
I can get staff to print them for you if you wish.
We've certainly got those here, so we can...
Oh, yeah? Okay, that'd be good. Handy for us, please.
Yep. Again, thank you, Council, for making the time for Mighty River. I think this is the first time that Mighty River Powers had the opportunity to present to this Council on the foreshore processes. What we'd like to do is, through the presentation, overview Taupo District Council's work on understanding foreshore erosion, to go over and recap some of the erosive causes around the lake. Also look at, since it's definitely a topical point, look at our lake level in relation to foreshore erosion, and then summing up with the way forward. So I'd just like to go back initially to 2006, and I'm conscious that many councillors here in fact are post that time, but would like to acknowledge the work of the council of the day in commissioning significant science to look at the foreshore processes. And Taupo District Council and Waikato Regional Council together commissioned PECA to look at the erosion issue around the lake, and that science itself was peer-reviewed by Tonkin and Taylor. They collated all available science that was available, and so we now have, for the first time, a one-stop shop of credible information. The final stage of the Becker work was to, having identified the causatives, was to look at the where to from here, the responses, and that information was provided into the foreshore strategy itself. Now, in parallel, Taupo also commissioned OPIS to look at the inundation side, the flood side. So the erosion was looked at by Becker, the flood was looked at by OPIS, who basically looked at two aspects. One was a static or a lake level inundation, and the other was a lake level inundation coupled with wave run-up, and I'd like to come to wave run-up soon. I guess the flood also took into account some of the other effects, including tectonics, where there are a range of level changes around your foreshore, both up and down. So those science works, the erosion side, the flooding side, fed in again to Taupo's and Waikato region's flood and erosion strategy. Now, that was adopted by Taupo District Council of the day in 2009 and also the Regional Council in 2009. And I guess, Rick, we should congratulate you for your leadership in that through that process as one of the contiguous councillors here today. In September 11, Taupo District responded to the foreshore strategy with a works program, a Lake Taupo works program, and that was tabled at Project Watershed in February of this year. So what we've essentially got is a science base through the technical studies. We've got a foreshore strategy, and which again was endorsed by both Taupo and Waikato region, leading to a works program which we're really pleased to see, where there are a number of key actions promulgated to be delivered, including Karatau and Hātapi. Stepping back away from those works, we'd just like to reflect on Lake Taupo itself, where Becca categorised the erosion risk around high, medium and low. Now there are a range of causatives for that, but essentially where you've got your pumiceous sand geology, you're at higher risk, and where you've obviously got your harder rock, there's lower, and you'll see the red for the higher risk and the green for the lower, mimicking the geology of the lake. We've shown the range of factors on the next slide there, broken down into natural and modified, and I know the term accelerated erosion's been coined, which it sits probably best across the modified. With the natural erosion factors, geology is a key one, as we've talked about. Another key one's the wind energy, which transfers to the lake, and that gets translated into wave action along the shoreline. The tectonics are a reality as well, and when you're looking at 6 or 7 millimetres at Kinloch down, you're looking at around 1 millimetre at Waitanui up. Those ongoing changes to your foreshore and your communities are again factors that need to be recognised. The modified ones, there's a number of those structures both along the foreshore and behind, which can affect sediment transport. Vegetation, which over many years has been changed by a number of people and a number of agencies. Often their drivers are aesthetics or views, but they're not always consistent with appropriate protection of the foreshore. And of course there is lake levels, which can aggravate, but they can also ameliorate. But they are a factor in this debate.